Welcome back, L127 here. So, in the last part of our Journey to Cake playthrough of Infinitode 2, that we have done the later levels of the stage 4 and unlock ourselves the access to the final resource type, and also did 3.3 for the trophy that gives the wave interval, which kind of helps. Another thing I would like to try to get to is probably this final level of wave interval, though it's going to be very costly. So the first thing is getting to the research. So we could technically get this upgrade price, but I would like to put focus on this. Missile I will be using for this next level, which is going to be quite concerning because our goal will be 82 waves, which will be possibly very hard to do. So, wish me luck. So the first this is not gonna be it's not gonna be a very nice experience. So, since we got the missile, we should also talk about the missile. But it's going to be expensive. We'll have to hold this way. Okay. The missile. So it got a few changes with some of its abilities. It gets quite a bit of changes on its effectiveness on enemies. So previously it does 25 to regulars, now it's 50. It's slightly bit better. It still doesn't hit fast enemies, so we need to kind of address this. It does good damage to icy enemies, so we should put focus on getting this. So now the vertical launch is going to give the ability to cast its LRM, so it stands for the long range missile. Do additional damage, which has 300% of the base damage, and is cast whenever there are no enemies outside no enemies inside the tower's range. It's going to be designed for the enemies that are outside of the reach of most towers. We'll choose combined missiles for this. Okay, I need to pause this because I need to do some things. Okay. Anyways, and the anti-air system now increases the LRN damage. I'm not sure about the projectile rotation speed for the vertical launch, but I think now the vertical launch doesn't increase the minimum range, so the missile has a minimum range. But this is certainly not a problem to address, because, it wouldn't be. Does an okay amount to toxic, so I could use it to kind of help the other towers. But really, the icy enemies is what it's good for, and I will be using vertical launch because this way I will be able to have the LRN to kind of assist its DPS. And it's very good for this type of wave. Well, at least early on, because things get obsolete at one point, and these fast waves are not nice. I will need to improve it. because the fast waves are coming. Probably not the greatest because like the cover is bad. We'll choose mirrors for this. I also need my scale. I'm going to put that there. Since we didn't pick the anti-air for the missile, we will have to use our toes to deal with the air enemies. And then it's going to be a relatively special level after this one. Bad idea. Why I placed that? Okay. At this point, it's not really great. I want to try to place this third bounty, but at this point, it's quite console. I needed the infield. I think the 75% is better than the 100%. I guess it's kind of similar, but I haven't made my decision. It's just, you know. Speaking of mining mods, I don't think this holds. This certainly doesn't. Oh yeah, no, it's kind of struggling. At this point, everything just falls. Yeah, probably not the greatest idea to try to survive for the third bounty. And this wave is bad for a million reasons. Okay. Oops. Okay, we're kind of holding at this point. Okay, 69 something. Okay. Well, at this point, we're already struggling. Just look at this. Okay, so the next one is probably this. And we'll get some improvements. I guess a balance mod here because, you know. Oh jeez. Okay, I'm gonna sell the bounties because I don't think it can hold. I don't think it holds. $72. We do have some abilities to hold it, but I don't know for how long. Okay, I can tackle this jet without worrying too much about that. Okay. I want to get this. Just try to hold it. Oh jeez. Okay. Yeah, it's a concern. It's totally a concern. At least try to get this. Let's see if we can get the level 10. It's probably very hard. We have fast waves. Then, okay. Since we have fast waves, it might be best for us to just do this. It's kind of scary, but we should be able to do this. So this is the low density fast waves. These are not nice. I really low line inputs, and then try to hold it. Oh dear, this is not nice. 5 more. Yes. Okay, we are not in the very good position. Yeah, we're totally not in a very good position. we don't get to this else. I think it was 170%. Can't be sure though. Increase the attack speed. Unfortunately, I don't have. I just cannot really put money to another tower at this point. I can't really focus on another tower, and that is bad. Let's see, maybe this. The first generation for that would be useful. What is? I guess you need that too. What is this for? Some of the damage for rotation speed. I don't think I have the money for that. Let's unpack some. This one does contain some money, so we can also get this. Okay. What's the experience multiplier? I guess that is not gonna be too useful for now. Nothing we can redo. So I guess it's time to do the next level, 5.2. Okay, so as I have said before, that there are levels that don't have the regular enemies. This is the first one. This is also one of the very few available that has without the regular. So let's see how we're going to deal with this. So this officially introduces the fighter enemies. But the first thing that we need to do is to be able to deal with the other type of waves. I guess we'll try to use that, even though it's not going to be very good. This would have been a perfect level for Splash, because you know there's 3 enemies that present in this one. That gives 150, which is great. But yeah, basically our decision will be left to be doing the as to make sure that I don't get caught by the healers. The healers will be a problem to deal with. We haven't really seen the fighters yet because they only start to appear at wave 30. Now we are going to try to save money, try to be able to do it. And our economy is kind of bad. So we don't really have a very good damage dealer to these enemies. We don't. We only have ones that do 50. The multi-shot and the missile. Well, at least on the field for now. Well, technically we can use the sniper because they do 150. So maybe I should back them. But this is also going to help with the this is also going to help with the healers. But yeah, because it's kind of crowded, so it's not going to be too efficient. Though it does 150%, so we will use that. I'm feeling the fast enemies could be a problem. Also, we don't have poison. I haven't read all for additional modifiers for use, so yeah, I wasn't very good. Oh yeah, this could be that. I guess Oh dear, what the heck is this? Okay. That is totally, it was horrible. I guess we have to get an access. I mean, there's some help to do this, but later on it's kind of absurd because because the Jets and the Toxic enemy is just going to be not spawning after a certain wave in this one, and then because the fact that there are no air enemies as well, so we kind of have the limited choices. And yeah, this is try to tank this. I highly doubt this wave. Yeah, there are 2 waves of this. It kind of holds, so we're going to appreciate it. This is not very good. Yeah, this is totally not good. At least the missile is kind of doing the damage that I need to do to these enemies. Yeah, I should upgrade them. But everything so just end up being very conservative in nature. We still need to hold for about 15 waves. At this point, it's just going to be broke. Need to sell them bouncing easily. Just try to get some resources immediately. Hopefully, I can get this going. I don't think that was the last one, and we have some things. I want to upgrade this because it's going to be helpful because there will be quite a bit of fast enemies. Yeah, we need to upgrade this. We still need to hold for a few waves. I'm quite concerned. 73 is the toxic waves. I'm gonna upgrade this. This may not be the greatest deal. What can I do to do this? I guess vertical roaming is the LRA capability. Okay, the next is hopefully this is enough. I'm quite concerned. The last wave is this, and the post. Sorting this. I may be able to do this. I don't have money. Okay, hopefully this is enough. This one. At this point, I just barely enough for the grass for this wave set. I just got to be able to. Well, actually, we're able to buy it. I think. Yeah, we're able to. Of course, I'm gonna go. Get the things for this. Okay. It was close. Like, you know, every level would have been close. Let's see what we can go for next. I don't really know. Another thing is that we can actually get this like SCG algorithm, which increases damage. We have to buy this nuke to be able to use them. And this final thing before we are done with the story, which it gives us the ability to actually get the, the where we supposedly get to get the experience and the mining speed modifiers. But we had those a while ago. So next is 5.3, and I am quite concerned. Could research this. I guess I don't really know what to do. I could technically research some of these to help. I'm gonna leave this for now. I want level 10 for this. Now 5.3. I am not really certain just how we're going to deal with this. So it's kind of like for the 5 and 6. Regular only spawn in the first part, and then, just the other type of enemies. So it's kind of the case where we don't have to really worry about the regular enemies, but, because they do spawn, and the other enemies are also hard types, and specifically the fast enemies being the main deal, which means that we have to use other towers other than snipers, which will make this much more difficult. Our goal is 80 waves for this, and I don't know if I can even put my if I can even put my money. And another thing about this is that we can barely get benefits from the tile bonuses in this one, because all of these tiles only be level 1 and don't really provide much. I don't think I will be planning for using missile for this. I think the sniper will be enough. Now I'm gonna try to get the. I don't think I need a Tesla. I can't be sure though. But yeah, because the fast enemies exist in this. Also, this is one of the levels that have. Well, I think this is the only level that really had the double portals that are the same double portal. So what this does is that enemy spawns very quickly. So you were able to spawn like a load of waves very quickly if you use instant auto or just spamming spawning. Also makes the enemies denser to deal with, which would be a downfall for our sniper because the denser the enemies are, the lower the aiming speed because that kind of thing exists. As displayed in the aiming speed additional note. Not the greatest part for us. For 5.4, is where we really going to need an increase upgrade level cap. I feel like, because there are way lower tiles than it would have been the lowest tiles available in stage 5. That's not great. At this point, we are dealing with even higher portal difficulty, 185 here. It's not nice. Until you see what is happening in front of you, that is even worse. with the fact that we are dealing with denser crowds of enemies, because how the portals in this level works, because there are two portals at once that are spawning enemies. Definitely has this indirect form of weakening the sniper, so that's not very good. Since we have placed all our 3 bounties, we just try to hold for our money. At least it wasn't as sophisticated as the previous level, where we needed like 4 types. Though it's still not good. But you know, the fighters we can easily deal with the sniper. But yeah, it's still not very good, because you know it's still kind of struggling because it's very crowded for this waveset. Also, we don't really have other types to assist the snipers, because the others only do like 50. And actually the other problem is that we are running out of levels to use. Well, technically use, but to upgrade. Our upgrading potential is reaching its maximum. It's the first time we actually going to be able to access level 10 with additional bonuses. Well, technically we can, with balance mods. Oh god, this is very bad. Okay, so the kill shots from the sniper. You know, the HP related things it kind of helps a bit, but you know. At this point, it's at the level struggling. At this point, I can use pole mods at least, just to kind of help this out. What is the next fast food? 71. Yeah, low density faster. It's nothing nice. I will upgrade the vent. Okay, positive. Okay. At this point, I don't know what to expect. I'm gonna sell the bounties. We're going to put some multi-shot to help, and we're going to have this. Okay. I don't really want to use the power mods until like they reach their maximum potential level. It gets more sophisticated to do so because, you know, now balance mods exist to be able to, well, the ability for the increasing levels, level cap using balance mods now exist. So now the level cap is much more complicated than before. I could have tried the minigun's vulnerability. I highly doubt if it's going to actually help out. Oh god. Please burn them. It's not very nice. And then no, I may be able to hold this, but no, question. Certainly, I wouldn't be able to. This is gonna be bad. Jeez. Hopefully I hold that. Okay. At this point, I don't think I would be able to hold anything longer. Okay, just put focus on this one now. See if I can get this wave to hold this wave. Okay. Okay. So let's find that street. Yeah, it's a hot take on this. Now let's find that street it's done. Now we have 5.4. Okay. Would possibly be one of my least favorite levels. Also one of the more concerning levels to deal with. So obviously this will be the flamethrower level. And I concern for the fact that I need more money to put for the flamethrower. We're gonna put it though. The problem that we have to deal with this is more of because limited tiles, limited tiles that we can use for this. Just this many. So we just got the flamethrower. It got quite nerve in this update because you know it's kind of strong in the previous patch. Would be good if I actually used wanna go all in first hand, just get these towers to get the experience already. Though this may not be needed. Because Okay, so I say that it's already kind of different for Final 3 maybe, or like, or any other previous levels. This is where things get very bad. 220% total for this one. Certainly, this is meant to really make you pain with this ridiculous, with this very high difficulty portal. And the potential for this level is also kind of horrible. I guess the starter isn't that bad, but yeah, it can be very bad with the potential that you can get to for this level. It's not great. And since we're fighting against a 220% portal, it's not going to be a very easy take on this level. We're going to be trying our best, and we're also going to be using our flamethrower to be able to do even damage to these enemies. There is a reason we're going to be using our new towers, but the flamethrower still is good for some damage, though it's definitely not as decent as before in the 1.8, because now it has some piercing limitations, so it cannot really do very good against heavily crowded enemies groups. As now, the damage to enemies in direct fire. Now the enemies can actually cover other enemies from direct fire. That is if we don't have the cold fire, but yeah, the cold fire is. And they only take the burn if they exposed to direct fire for that amount of time. That amount of time would potentially be long, because the enemies can cover other enemies, and yeah, it pretty much makes that it's much harder to ignite the enemies with make it much harder to ignite these enemies using the flamethrower. You can still do that, but it's much harder to do so. As our levels, our towers start to reach maximum upgrade level, is when things are going to be kind of bad. Because this level doesn't really have that many types, so we got to use what we have. This one also heavily demands for the single high towers. So basically, you want quality over quantity in this one. But we cannot really seek for the quality because we have very limited upgrades. So this can be can raise some issues later. So I'm quite concerned. So I hope if I can hold till we get this restart go. I will go with this. Now this is where things could go bad. As you can see now, we are not getting the. Let's see how we're gonna deal with this. I'm already kind of worried about our current situation. It kind of helps with the dealing with toxic enemies. So I guess we'll take this. God, we're still 14 moves and we're already like struggling. I think I can hold this, also because Missile has anti-air. Still kind of bad. At least the wave interval allows me to kind of carry this, but you know, those toxic enemies are getting stronger and stronger over waves. So it's kind of concerning. At least we still be able to hold them for now, but yeah, this can go badly. Okay. Also, the flamethrower does less damage to the regular enemies. It's also not a part of concern. We're almost there. It's very close. It's gonna be a close one. Hopefully that's enough. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. That was very close. Not like this though. We'll have to spend another few seconds in the level for that quest, so that we do that, you know? Okay. So it was very close. Yeah, final four. Okay, anyways, this is that's the first four levels of the stage 5. Well, it goes kind of okay, but it's almost always close to the 3-star goal. Okay, so I think we could. Oh, we can get this and this. Try to get more money. Money, maybe. Okay. Uh, yeah, I need to raise this. Let's raise these two. We can also raise this. Okay. Let's try it now. 1.3 trophy. It's much harder because the increased wave requirement. So I believe this one gives the reduced tower upgrade price. So definitely I will be taking this. It used to be one of the easiest trophy to get, but I guess its effects is kind of too strong for a trophy that is made to be easy to get. So I guess they made this hard to get for the reason that to be able to give the difficulty for a trophy this good, I guess. I guess I could go with this. And then the snipers. Yeah. We can also get some resources here. There's no matrix though. So I guess before proceeding further towards the story progression, I guess I really need to get some upgrades. Or maybe just because 5.4? I can't be sure though. At this point I would have considered that we are actually struggling. We're carried by the abilities though. Was going to be a great concern because of the lack of level cap. Because you know that we easily reach the level cap, so we can't really raise further for our towers that were doing the main damage. And had to build more towers that are not going to be on the tiles that are going to be doing good damage. I guess going to speak. I didn't waste this. But it did, for be honest, though they were expensive. Should allow me to carry to the wave milestone though. It's the last one of this level. I guess at this point we can also try to grind for some resources. So I guess we just kind of try to see how long we can get. I'm probably not going to go with the abilities, or if we have to, we may have to if we can't reach 97 this way. Now I am kinda reaching the max occupying, so I'm going to need to sacrifice some bounties to get more from this build. I guess we go with snipers because the reach. Okay, for now we just wait, I guess. Should be able to. I shouldn't need to worry about this then. Sniper is the only tower I have raised the experience category. Not very good. I need to really get to ability to get to level 10 for some of these towers, so they get some special. Though some of the towers level 10 are not that good and require some special condition to be useful. Like the venoms has to be like how is placed like this tower to be good. It also demanded the rotation speed for that to be good. Otherwise it's going to keep rotating because and the Tesla needs to be far away to be able to cast the ball, and it used to be worse because it depends on its range, not this more specific, the easier to avoid kind of range. So like, given the Tesla's coverage, it is almost never going to cast the ball line, though I would have guessed that the ball line ability is so strong. But yeah, I guess we just leave it like this and then just wait. I don't think I will be able to leave this, so yeah. Okay. So the long-awaited the Cannon Trophy, which reduces your tower's upgrade price. And I think that I'm going to call this a part now. So we did the first part of the stage 5, which I already feel is kind of struggling because it's kind of close. It's really kind of close. Well, it was because this is the next wave milestone, not the start. But yeah, this is the presumably the better one, maybe. and it's very close. Now for 5.5, it would have been even worse. Not if it keeps its 1.8 go for 3 star. Before it was 96, now it got reduced to 86, I believe. So yeah, but we will see. But for now, I'm going to conclude this part for now. So if you want to follow the series, consider subscribing and turn on the notifications, and I will see you in the next part. Thanks for watching.